Good morning, good evening, or afternoon, my subscribers on YouTube or my peeps on Facebook. It is the dear UG here for his movie review of Thor, The Dark World, which came out Friday. So this is one of the few times where I actually went and saw a freaking film doing its weekend release. Now, before we get to the movie, there was some movie trailers that were shown as usual. First one was the new Captain America coming out. The Winter Soldier, I believe it is called. Yes, it is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. That looks pretty damn good. I'm hoping it's good when it comes out, because we know usually the second films in the franchise are usually not that great. I also saw a trailer for X-Men: Days of Futures Past, which again another film that looks good, and I hope it's good as well. That one looks like they're stealing an idea from the old comic books somewhat. Anybody who remembers Kitty, or Shadowcat as she was also known as, one of the older comic books, her future self was sent back in time to fix something. So I think that's what they're going with there. Again, I'm not 100%, but that could be what it is. Also, they showed a preview for Vince Vaughn's new film. Okay, it looks funny. Granted, I don't know how the hell you could have 500 children, let alone 2. Sorry, nose itches. Now the last trailer they showed was for the reboot of Robocop. And this just proves to me there's no original ideas in Hollywood anymore. Because I grew up on the original 3 Robocops. I actually still own the first 3 Robocop films. And I'm unimpressed with the trailer. I think the reboot's going to be bad. And it just shows me that Hollywood has no original ideas anymore. Because most of what we're seeing in Hollywood is either A, comic book films, which I have no problem with, or B, reboots and remakes. Don't get me wrong, yes, I still love the reboot of Evil Dead. But rarely, and this is very rare, that I like a reboot or a remake. Okay, I didn't enjoy the Nightmare on Elm Street, and I did not enjoy the Friday the 13th. I'm not going to pass judgment on Robocop till I see it, but it's most likely going to be one of those films I wait till it's on DVD or Blu-ray. And that's just me. Now with that out of the way, let's get to Thor: The Dark World, which came out, like I said, on Friday. November 8th, for some reason in London it came out October 22nd, so people in jolly old England got to see it before anybody else. Fuck you. Jokingly, of course. Now, again, before we talk about somewhat of the story, the cast should get a very good job, particularly Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston, who played Thor and Loki respectively, because I actually believe in their character. As far as for Jane Foster, but I know it's Natalie Portman, I didn't. Yeah, I don't like her. Never had. I don't like her character. Sorry. That's just little me. So, now, the plot, if you want to call it that, the plot, I wouldn't say it's bad. Pretty much the plot is the Dark Elves, who were originally banished and thought to be destroyed all those years ago, have returned and are looking for revenge. Can Thor save the day and save all the universes and all that? Will it be able to save the love of his life? Who will we choose to be his love of his life? Jane Foster? uh, Sith, who is so we don't know. It should be interesting to see which one he does choose. Because as you see, I'm not being fucking like Yahoo.com and spoiling it like idiots. Now, with that being said, the movie's pretty good because I'm trying not to spoil anything. There are two things I want you to do. During the you're going to have to stay for not only doing the mid-credit scene, but also doing the post-credits because there's something funny. But, yeah, made me laugh. Now the film locations again look beautiful, and the soundtrack's pretty good, and the the acting is also well done again. But I have a little trouble with the story or the plot a bit just because of the fact of some of it I questioned, particularly who Thor does choose, which if you saw the first one, it's pretty obvious. And the villain, while yes, he did a great job, I just had a little bit of trouble buying into him, so that's just me. And now, it is a good movie, don't get me wrong, but it's one of those, comic book films, this is one where I know a lot of people, some people did leave during the movie because they didn't like it, the story. The story isn't good, no, it's probably not one of the better stories they could have chose or done for Thor, but it's definitely not one of the worst ones in the comic book history or the lore of Thor. I would still say go see it, but is it one of my favorite hero films of the Marvel Universe? No, probably not. Now, originally I was going to give it a 4, but again, after looking back, thinking about it, and seeing, remember how good the first one was, this one does not live up to the hype. Doesn't live up to what the first one did to me. So, Thor gets about a 3.5 out of 5. Almost getting a 4. Almost. It almost got a 4, but then like I said, looking back, thinking about the whole film again, there were some parts that left me that made me pretty much say, okay, that's questionable, or are you fucking stupid, Thor? And that's all I'm going to say because it is what it is. Now, so would I recommend go buying it? Yes, I would, but go to see a man in Air first, or it's at least cheaper. Don't go to a night movie because you'll be spending at least over $10 per person. So yeah, so if you have a girlfriend or wife and she wants to go see Thor, you better hope and pray to God you can get the matinee, because if you're not, you're paying at least $10 for each ticket. That's about 20 some odd bucks. Then you got the popcorn and movie. Who needs to go to a restaurant when you can just spend most of that money at the damn movie theater? The good thing is, though, your wife will probably want to bone you, because Thor does have his t-shirt off a lot. So, yeah. Women were going, ooh la 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 la, in the damn movie theater for it. Yeah, so, who cares? Now, this is the second film. Now, I want to talk about some of the Marvel film franchise a bit. This is the second film based for the Avengers film. Of course, next year you do have Captain America, the Winter Soldier, coming out. So that should be fun. You also have the Amazing Spider-Man 2 coming out sometime next year as well. So hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, yay, yay, yay. So hopefully, the Amazing Spider-Man's good. Now, of course, like I said, though, you also got X-Men, Days of the Future Past. I'm sorry for spacing out there. That happens from time to time. I'm tired. That one's supposed to be coming out next year, so... And then, of course, you have the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is supposed to come out next year as well. I mean, and then, of course, you have Ant-Man. Well, granted, that don't come out till 2015. But then, of course, you have the Avengers number fucking 2. The Avengers Age of Ultron. Who knows if we're going to see another fucking goddamn Ghost Rider or anything else before then. So that should hopefully... And that don't come out till May 1st of 2015. So we got a long, long way to go for that one. So yippee for that. As you can see, I'm just twiddling my fucking finger for that. Now, so like I said, go see Thor though, but do one thing. After the movie, me and my family, we went to eat. We went to a new place we've never been to, Buzz and Ned's. Do yourself a favor. Don't go there. You'd be better off going to Waffle House. You'd be better off going to Food Line. You'd be better off going to 7-Eleven to get food, because at least you'll be able to eat. But like I said, though, go see Thor. But I wouldn't want to pay I wouldn't want to pay the nighttime price. Go see it during the matinee. You will enjoy it. Or there's also maybe one of those ones you may just want to wait till it's out on DVD or Blu-ray. It is a good film, but not enough that what would make me want to say go out and go watch it now. Fuck football. Go watch it now. I can't say that. So Thor: The Dark World, 3.5 out of 5. Not bad, but not great. And until next time, this is the DOUG signing off saying, have a good day, enjoy your week or weekend, and I will see you next time. Woo!